Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, good evening. I guess it could vary no matter where you're at, depending on what time of day this episode happens to drop in your favorite podcast app. But just wanted to bring kind of a brief episode today. Just wanted to thank everyone again for continuing to download and listen to our show. Our listenership, it just continues to grow, which is awesome. The more you can share this with friends or anybody who might be interested in the latest world of deals, tech news, current events, personal finance, and more, we definitely appreciate it. Just loving to see our numbers continue to grow, and just loving continuing being able to do what we can to help anyone out there. So again, just a reminder, especially if you are listening to this on the Anchor.fm app, if you're it has a great feature for being able to send in voice messages during a podcast. So with that, one of the things I'd really love to be able to do is believe it or not, we're getting close to already being more than halfway through the year. It's hard to believe it's already late July now. And so with that, we've always heard of the famous Christmas in July specials and deals that go on out there. So Christmas will be right around the corner. So I'd love to be able to open this up to everyone be able to share perhaps whatever deals or tips you might have for how you go about budgeting for Christmas shopping, or even just general gift giving in particular. What have you found helpful to be able to budget for that time of year, or deals or savings? And so, if you wouldn't mind, especially if you do have the Anchor app, send us a voice message, and I'd love to be able to put that into a future episode so that we can just share those tips with everybody else. If you don't have the Anchor app, definitely look us up on the Script Notes Facebook page. Leave us a comment there with any tips you might have, and I'll definitely include those in a future episode coming up shortly here. Or be sure to subscribe to our emails on the website at script-notes.com. That's script-notes.com, and we'll be sure to include those there as well. Just thank you again so much to everyone for continuing to check out our site and listen to the show. It definitely appreciate it and helps our overall mission. So with that, wasn't a whole lot of news on the website this week. I'm sure everybody has heard by now about Amazon's Prime Day. Hard to believe that despite as much hype as had surrounded the big shopping day, a lot of people ran into some issues when trying to get on the website, and so you may have been one of them as well. And believe it or not, the company says that that it was still very much successful. However, due to all the technical glitches, according to TechCrunch, those glitches in the first few hours of Prime Day may have cost them an estimated $1.2 million a minute, which, of course, might be kind of a drop in the bucket, but that was according to One-Click retail founder Spencer Milberg. According to TechCrunch, the total loss is difficult to nail down, in part because the exact span of the outage varied, but the data analytics firm says the outage, which included a broken landing page and links that sent potential customers to an error page, appeared to be concentrated on the east and west coasts of the U.S. for about 75 minutes. That puts Amazon's loss in sales at about $90 million, an estimate One-Click Retail based on 1P sales from 2017, or first period. Another estimate from discount site lovethesales.com put Amazon's loss at more than $99 million. But Amazon did say that those glitches didn't dampen their day, with there still being more items that were ordered compared to the first hour last year. Pretty incredible stuff. So for those of you out there, did you run into glitches when you were trying to shop for deals? What deals did you find? Were they what you were expecting? Was it worse compared to last year? Be sure to let us know. Did you have success or find any deals for upcoming gift giving? So that was kind of the biggest news in terms of deals. Prime Day definitely got hyped up, but it certainly wasn't without some glitches as well. So with it being Thursday, also kind of think of it as a Thrifty Thursday. So with that, I wanted to kind of highlight some of my favorite finance apps and sites. One big one that I love is one called Acorns. Not sure how many of you may have heard about it, but it's a great site where if you happen to connect like your favorite bank or credit union account with your debit card, anytime you go out shopping, it'll round up your purchases, and then any of that excess will then get invested into an account of yours, which you can adjust if you want it to be aggressive or moderately aggressive. So if you're intimidated by any chance with investing, it's a great way to get started. So I'll put a link to that in the show notes. If you want to use the code we have to get a little bonus into your account to get you started. Again, it's a great way if you want to just continue to put aside some change each time into your investing account. Great way to get started. Also, one of my favorite budgeting programs, a great way to make sure, again, that you're setting aside money for budgeting is called You Need a Budget. Not sure how many of you have heard of it. It's also known as YNAB out there. I'll put a link to that in the show notes as well. But what I really enjoy about it is it helps you to budget dollars you already have, compared to a lot of other budgeting programs out there where you're budgeting dollars you think you'll have. We can't always plan for the next day or next week, next month, next year in terms of our income. So where YNAB kind of flips things around is it forces you to think about budgeting the dollars you have now. And then so when you do perhaps get a next paycheck or bonus, you name it, you can then continue on assigning those dollars a job and so on. So highly recommend you guys check it out. It's one of my favorites. It's what our family uses to help budget our money. So again, I'll put a link to that in the show notes. And then finally, one last one I want to highlight is the Cash App put out by Square. You may have seen their point of sales, checkout places in different small businesses. They're a great way to be able to send money to others, friends, family. Say if you're go out to eat with somebody and split the bill, it's a great way to go ahead and reimburse them right away. But one feature they've added recently that I really like is it's kind of called like a cash boost. So say right now with Panera, they have where if you add money to your Cash App and then say pay through Panera's app with Apple Pay, you can get 10% back in cash right away. So Panera, as great as it is, I'm sure many of us know that they do sometimes cost a pretty decent chunk of change to be able to eat all the time, but of course, that can be the price we pay for decent food, especially since they've rearranged a lot of their food items. So definitely highly recommend you guys check out the Cash App, and it's a great way to be able to save some more money. So again, just a quick episode today. I wanted to thank you all again for continuing to check us out. And again, if you have any tips or suggestions for how you plan to budget and save for Christmas, let us know. If you're, again, listening via the Anchor app, definitely leave us a voice message and we'll be sure to include it in a future episode to share with others. Or again, leave us a message on our Facebook page. Check out our website again at script-notes.com. And again, just want to thank everyone for continuing to listen to the show. And if you have any suggestions or for personal finance tips or other things you might like to hear about, let us know. And perhaps if you'd even be interested in co-hosting an episode with us, that'd be great. Would look forward to that as well. If you have any tips or suggestions for personal finance, and just want to thank you all again for listening, and we'll talk to you again soon. Have a great day.